So, yeah, what can I say? I'm from Assam. So we have a whole, we have saris there too. And those are done by the silkworms. There's many types of silkworms we have in Assam. And with those we weave our saris. And some of that is just gold. It's just precious. It's not gold as in the metal, but gold as in the yarn. It's gold both ways. It's called moga. Then we have another one called eri, which is the ahimsa silk. It's basically a silk where the worms are not boiled. You know, a lot of the other silks, they do that. But eri or endi, that it's called, it's become like a very big, it's become one of the most hottest selling sari materials in a world that really cares in today's world, you know. We want saris, but we don't want to kill insects while we make saris. So that's Assam. Assam has a lot of that stuff. And then, of course, Mumbai is multicultural. Mumbai has, you know, the Marathi kind of saris. Mumbai has the Gujarati. Then we have the chiffons. We have the laces. A lot of the film stars in the old days would wear laces. And the legends were that they would get them from Paris. You know, the taffeta, and there's one more, there's two very big lace brands. And they would bring these saris from Paris. And so that's now, of course, you get them in Dubai, you still get them in Mumbai, the lace kind of saris. Then we have, like, say, the South, which is a whole other, every state has its own weave and cut, and I'm sure there's somebody here who'll tell you about the South saris. There's as many saris as there are states in the South, if not more. So that's, yes. And you know, these saris, some of them are woven over a period of time. Some, of course, are woven, you know, in a week or so. If you're really looking at the weavers, see, we have the mills, which kind of churn out the polyester stuff. But then if you're really looking at the cottons and the silks, they are like pieces of art. Even the most simple, basic sari is like a piece of art. Then, of course, you go to Rajasthan, which is on its own completely. They have, they usually do a lot of chiffons, and chiffons in like the brightest of colors, like, you know, the reds, the pinks, the kind of stuff. And then they will embroider over it.
The fashion is very much influenced by the Bollywood stars.
Yes.
Is that also the case?
Yes, they influence everything. I mean, you know, they are the ones that the big designers push. The big designers will make saris and push it through the Bollywood stars. And, you know, if you have somebody who, like 10 million women are looking at them, they're like the best bet, you know, to push the sari. So that's a lot. So now what they're doing right now is two types of saris. Either you wear those chiffons with a lot of embroidery on it, and a lot of, it's called bling in Bollywood. It's basically a lot of gold and all kinds of work. Or you wear the silks, which are the weaves, which is actually woven in like a weaver's loom. So you see like a Vidya Balan, I don't know how many Bollywood stars people are familiar here, but like a Vidya Balan would always wear a weave, which is a silk sari or a cotton sari. And like, I don't know, like a Kareena Kapoor or a Katrina Kaif, they would probably be wearing one of these chiffons, which have a lot of gold and silver work on it. Yeah, those are very light. Those are very light. And now what's happening with the sari is people are not even wearing it in the traditional way. A lot of the younger women are experimenting. They are draping it like a gown because it's just, you know, 5 yards of material, right? You can do whatever you want with it. They're wearing some very, very different looking blouses, and they are not, you won't see the younger women wearing it in those traditional ways anymore, unless you're in like a wedding, like in a formal occasion they will. But
So it's actually developing.
they are just draping it as they want. So that's the biggest thing that the designers are trying to crack right now. If they can get that sari to be stitched and just like, you know, you wear it, that's it, you know, and with very light fabrics.
And do you wear sari?
I wear a lot of saris, and I'm so embarrassed. Everybody told me to bring saris here, and I said, you know, Europe, it's October, you know, the hotel is going to be somewhere, I'm going to be somewhere, and I didn't bring any saris. I bought a lovely salwar suit that I wore on the first day, but yeah, very, very embarrassed, but next time I will.
And what is your favorite sari?
I try to wear silks. I love silks. You know, they just fall well. They're just so regal. You know and there's a lot of like jewel colors that they wear in India, which I love. You know, like an emerald, like a deep ruby, like a deep pink. You know, those kind of colors, with borders woven into the sari. Yeah, just a sucker for that. I love the chiffons, But those, I like them, you know, they're very cocktail saris there. You know, you wear it with like a halter blouse or whatever.
But they are always long, aren't they?
They're always long. That mini sari, I don't think will ever catch up because it's just not, just the proportions don't work, you know. I mean, see, that's the thing, they're trying to make the sari into like the little black dress that the West has. You know, they're trying to get it there, but it's a hard one. And Indian women are not, like, we are not very figure conscious, you know, not everybody is. So, you know, we still have a lot to still, but having said that, it's like the most forgiving piece of it's the most forgiving garment. Everybody looks good in a sari. You know, yeah.
And does the sari play a role in your film?
No, it's all about, this film is about men. There's hardly any women in the film, so yeah. There's just 2 women in the film, but no. Yeah,
Would
yeah.
it be interesting to make a film?
Yes, yes, completely, yes. I mean, you know, if I make a subject on Indian women, sari is the garment. You know, yeah, yeah.
And do you have an interesting family, personal family story about around the sari?
Well, you know, all our families, we have, I mean, I can give you I can give you a personal story of mine. And our families, we just inherit saris. Like I have inherited my grandmother's, which were from Banaras actually, the Banarasi sari, which is just gold and brocade, you know, just woven into the gold and the silk. And these, they will last you like couple 100 years if you just take care of them, and those are vintage, and that stuff is not very easy to find anymore. It's like the vintage designer, like a vintage Gucci or I don't know, Dior or something bag that people really treasure. So I do have something like that, and that is just they don't make those anymore, and they had the gold filament, these threads which were not metal. They had like a gold casing on it, on the top, I don't know, like a gold plating, so that still shines like an actual gold. But that's like my grandmother's. The one that I really like to tell, I was telling Ricardo the other day, there is a lady called Sally Holker. She's the prince of this Holker state in Madhya Pradesh. She's an American who married a prince. She went there, she realized that there's a particular sari called the Maheshwari sari. And that sari was like, you know, it was like nobody was weaving it. So she went and she got these whole bunch of weavers. She got some villages together, got these whole bunch of weavers to start weaving the sari. Lo and behold, one of the most beautiful cotton Indian saris, very light cotton that you can wear. And I went to one of her exhibitions. She's known for like her most fabulous collections that come. And I went to her exhibition. I saw this sari. I wanted to buy it. She said, you know, before you buy the sari, I want you to take a picture with this one boy. So this one guy comes up, 18 to 20, very young, 18 years old. And she said he's the first from his generation to have his mother's generation, you know, they wove the saris. This one is the first one from this generation. And we are very proud of him, and we want you to take a picture with him. So I basically, I was his first customer, you know, for the sari. So I felt, you know, it was just like a blessing, you know, because there's so much love in that, you know, and she has put in whatever year she's put in, plus the families, plus the villages, you know. That's a lot.